Jeff WITTEK has been calling out David Dobrik this week, holding him accountable for his actions, and also calling out brands who work with him. But that's not the only person he's calling out this week, as James Charles is also someone he's recently talked about. Jeff and Tana recorded an episode of Jeff FM in Hawaii this week, and Jeff warned people that this one was going to be messy. And it sure was.
And I'm happy to have her here today to talk and start beef with people and start a lot of drama. And we're going to do it all from a hot tub. I hope we don't get too relaxed and then we won't be mean to people.
The topic of James Charles gets brought up rather early when they were talking about Diddy. Jeff brings up how people in higher positions can get these egos and how he told Tana to watch the Kevin Spacey documentary because it relates to people taking advantage of their power, and he ended up relating these stories to James Charles.
People get to a certain level in life. I'm not saying all people, but certain people get to a level of success where their ego's out of control and they abuse their power. And that's why I told you to watch the Kevin Spacey documentary on HBO, because it's crazy. Like, they have all these guys that were trying to make it in Hollywood, and he was this big, massive actor, and he hadn't come out as gay yet. It was like the beginning of the Me Too and everyone started coming out, and they're telling their stories, and I'm like, holy shit, I could relate to this, because look at what I did with James Charles, to make it in Hollywood. I'm just kidding.
And I can't stress this enough.
I'm just kidding. But if I didn't have a career going and I didn't make money and I didn't I already had momentum, who knows if I would have sucked James Charles? I would never. I would have just ran out or punched him in the face, if he tried to make a move on me. But I don't know, he's kind of like a woman, so I would probably just run away.
Jeff later went on to call out James for texting him before to hang out, and he didn't know where James got this idea a couple years ago that this was something that Jeff would have been down for.
James Charles, he preys on young straight men, and he used to text me like, I want you to come over and watch a movie. And I'm like, where are you getting these vibes from that I'm that type of guy at all? So he asked me to come over to his house and watch movies, and he would text me weird, and I was just like
what else?
Off.
What did he say?
I never entertained it. And
cut my hair, daddy.
I went and did collabs with him because I was trying to grow my career, and I relate to those Kevin Spacey guys.
Now, as Jeff is talking about people abusing their power and having these egos, feeling like they can do no wrong, he begins to talk about the Vlog Squad. And during this, he ends up bringing up his accident and exposes that at the time of his accident, on the report, Natalie had said that Jeff was the one driving the crane, which is just crazy, especially when there's video footage of David on the crane clearly driving it around all day, and when Jeff's accident occurred.
Natalie forged my accident report saying that I was driving the crane. Do you know that?
Yes.
Did I ever say that on the internet publicly?
I don't think so.
Should probably save it for court. She wrote on a accident report that I was driving the crane.
Yeah.
Which is so ridiculous, and I didn't listen to anybody. Thing is nuts. When it comes out and trial happens, I swear I will get that live streamed and I cannot wait for people to hear the real story.
I will say that this week, fans have grown concerned with Jeff sharing what he has online, knowing that he is in the middle of the lawsuit with David. But it sounds like he doesn't care if it affects the case. He's just so frustrated by David delaying the process, dragging it out with his team of lawyers, mixed with the fact that he has a surgery coming up, and it just sounds like he wants people to know the truth of everything right now. Though I must say, I am very worried with the way that he is putting this all on blast. I know that he's saying that he wants to and he just wants the truth out there, but to help him legally, I think a lot of people want to see Jeff get justice, and this is definitely worrying people that this is not going to be good for his case and his defense as he's being so public about all of this, because David and his team could try and use some of the stuff that he's saying against him, and that is the last thing that people want to see. Though it would make David look very, very bad, people want Jeff to be able to get the justice he deserves. Now, he's been sharing information to Twitter and Instagram, and also took down the documentary that he made where he originally opened up about his accident. And the reason why he did this was because he wants the truth to come out, and he says that a new version of the documentary will be coming out soon. And if you remember, David and Natalie were closely watching him and his team edit this documentary as to make sure David did not look so bad when Jeff put this out there, which is the reason why he's taken it down now, because he wants the version they didn't want out there. He posted his own tweet to Instagram saying, "I deleted the documentary off YouTube. That was made to protect David when I was still blind to who he really was, no pun intended. I'm recutting it and telling the truth this time. I don't care about money. This kid has plenty from Snapchat and keeps pushing back trial." He also tagged Snapchat and guests saying, "Keep enabling him to have enough money to pay lawyers to push trial till I'm 90. He also addressed the concern about the lawsuit, saying, "I'm no rat. I didn't want to have to go this route, but with these brands supporting him and enabling him to keep pushing back trial and having new surgery coming up while he's out partying, I need to get this anger out of my system. I don't care if it's used against me in court. I will get justice or die trying." At Snapchat, at guests, at David Dobrik, new documentary coming soon. This time it will be the truth. He also poked fun at David's hair and also called out Snapchat again for monetizing David's content on there, and Guess, who, if you don't know, Guess recently worked with David and invited him to Coachella. But Jeff said, "Karma should have never went against me. I'm your one victim that's not scared to destroy you. Hopefully Snapchat and Guess Originals can pay for your hair transplant, you slimy F. I want my money and I want it now, or I'll just keep having fun." He also screenshotted this Hims ad that was playing on David's story, saying, "At least Hims is smart for running ads on the Bald Eagle's Snapchats." He had previously shared more information about his upcoming surgery in a couple Instagram posts, saying, "Back at the eye doctor for another surgery. F you at David Dobrik at Snapchat." He also said, "But this is coming out of my own pocket just like the rest of them, because that weasel David Dobrik is a pathological liar, so please show OVO 360 Imaging and Dr. Life Rogers some love. This is like the SpaceX of eye surgeons. But don't worry guys, this time I'm with the best in this biz, Dr. Life Rogers. Go show this handsome doctor some love. He's gonna get me all fixed up so I can stop complaining to you guys." He assured those that this was not a cosmetic surgery, but to help with his vision. He said, "Thank you all for the kind words on my looks. I'm finally happy with how I look again, but this is for vision and to get some metal plates removed." He also began to defend himself several times in the comments after one person said, "David made you famous. You would literally be nothing without him." He said, "I was famous before him because of my ex-girlfriend and my really terrible reality shows. He used Liza to get famous and he needed his friend to make him likable." Jeff talked more about his surgery in his podcast episode with Tana, revealing that this would be a new doctor for him and what exactly the procedure would entail.
I'm getting a new surgery and it's the Kardashians doctor and he's gonna kill it.
When is it?
It's expensive as but fucking, you know.
This will help the bad eye days or help your vision?
I could end up blind after, but I'm trying to fix it, and I'm a believer in Christ again.
Now, in the podcast with Tana, he also talked about his feelings towards Casey Neistat's documentary that hasn't been released. And he says that he doesn't think it should be. He says that it's not accurate and believes it paints David in a good light with the way the full story isn't there. And the way that it currently ends is with David coming back to YouTube and Jeff and him are still friends. And so Jeff believes that if he's going to put this out, he should wait until after the lawsuit and fully update it with everything if he wants to do it right.
I don't think he should release it because the story's not over. The story's just getting started. Casey has this story that's basically just saying like, oh, he got canceled and, you know, it's over. But there's so much more to it. I think it's just not truthful enough. Like, you need real shit. People love realness now. People want shit live. I think that's why the roast was so big and popular, because
and I guess that's on Casey to like then have to go down an investigative journalism route and like if he wants to or not, right?
Yeah. Well, finish the fucking thing right.
Yeah.
You know, he told me to my face, David's a great guy, and I respect Casey a lot, so I just sat there and ate it.
That's crazy.
Like, bro, make the thing right, because I already told my story was watered down. When I do tell the real story, Casey's documentary is going to be a fictional film.
At this rate, I don't see Casey putting it out there, as it seems he wants absolutely nothing to do with this situation at all, which a lot of people have criticized him over because he started something and they feel like he should finish it, but he does not seem like he wants to do that. But I guess we'll just have to see as everything continues to unfold. But I certainly want to know what you guys think about all of this, from this information Jeff revealed about Natalie to what he said about James Charles. Let me know all your thoughts. I love you guys so much, and I will talk to you in the next video. Bye, guys.